welcome to the first recorded Regardless of Everything podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Lynn.
I'm Shay.
And Danielle.
Hey.
Yeah, we can start rambling.
Okay, so
I don't know.
yeah, because what we talked about, so okay, what are you guys' like irrational fears, or what you think is like a rational fear that you don't necessarily, or worries like that you don't necessarily think that other people worry about, or that it's not normal to worry about? And then we can like kind of tell each other, and people watching can also like say, oh yeah, I also like think that, or I don't think that, and you're weird. Like, yeah.
I have a lot of worries and fears, but I feel like they are very relatable though. Like,
Okay.
I'm scared of really big trucks, like on the road, like really big trucks.
See, that's rational.
Like,
Ooh, the logs in the back of the truck.
No.
Or, like the people that carry around and like dispose of like all the metal, like people's metals, and it's not strapped down at all. Like, the beds on top of the car vehicles, that just flip.
I think it's because you watch them and they're like flopping.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's fine as well, because usually like the car, like the beds on top of the cars, like they're pretty strapped down. Now, when somebody's like driving down the road and they have like something sticking out of their trunk and they have like the trunk door open, I feel like there's at any point you could hit a fucking bump, and whatever that is gonna just like come at me. For sure.
Yeah. I don't appreciate that.
I know, like, you're the big like semis when you were driving past it, you know, like in the passenger seat driving past, you know how it like looks like it's coming in.
Yeah.
I watch like all the car tires, like when I'm not driving. When I'm driving, I really don't see that, but as a passenger, I see all the tires and I just watch the tires, and when you're like on the highway, it's like they're leaning into you. It's so scary. So scary.
Yeah, that's anytime I'm on the highway in general, I feel like it always feels like Final Destination, like where you like you really don't know what somebody else is gonna do, and then all of a sudden they're in your lane and there's nothing you can really do about it. So I think that most of the rational fears that people have when it comes to being in the car in general are all because of the way that people act on a highway. Because people driving in the city or like in towns or whatever, like that's one thing, but when you're on the highway, you're going so much faster, and a lot of the times people just are paying less attention even though they're going faster and driving faster. And because the longer that you drive, the more that like you zone out and everything like that. So yeah, I forgot where I was going with that with that thought.
That's like fair, because I was in that situation the other day where I was in like a shared middle lane and I was trying to get over to the right, and then I look over my shoulder for 2 seconds. I look back in front of me and there's a truck coming into the middle lane, but there was cars flying going 60 on my right side. So I was just in the middle, vulnerable, because there's a tractor trailer truck in front of me that was stopped. So I couldn't speed up, I couldn't go left, and I couldn't go right. So I was just kind of in that vulnerable state, just stuck in the middle.
Yeah.
Driving is scary.
But being the passenger, I can understand like where it's like you get that anxiety where it's like, shit, I might be in control of this other person's life as well. Like, I have.
Because Danielle, you freak me out a lot when I'm driving, because a lot of the times you yell about something that like I've already seen, I'm already engaging, and you're like, oh my god, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay.
Or when I'm
getting there, I'm figuring it out, and I'm doing it calmly, not screaming in the car. Like,
yeah, passenger driving is like way different. I noticed that. I can't. No, my
like that one
anxiety is way different. And
when we kept going around in the circle, passing that one homeless guy.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God. I
Mm.
have to say, like, an irrational fear
Irrational or
is
rational?
okay. Irrational
Okay.
is
The
those
difference.
it's the like the centipedes, the bugs with like all the legs. I don't know why, but there
Oh,
was,
just in general.
Oh, gives the
and I
heebie-jeebies.
was like, I was I was like, but I don't know why they just like. I always also end up having nightmares about them, and they're like huge, like they're like big, and they just like, ooh, I can't.
I keep having this one repetitive dream of me being like kidnapped and no one answering their phone. 911 doesn't work.
That would never
No
happen.
answer. Like, no. I had it the other night and I literally it's the only dream that I wake up like in sweats. It's like so intense.
You get kidnapped the one day that 911's on break. Damn,
Literally,
that's rough.
But no, that's like I don't know if maybe it's like
they just
internal
take care of
fear
me.
that I just don't know I have. Or
Yeah,
like I don't know really what it means, but it's like a really weird dream and I've had it multiple times.
It's,
Just
I
with
mean, that could go along with, I mean, like how I am. Like, I'm afraid of being kidnapped. Like, I'm literally afraid of just being taken. Do you guys hear him?
yeah. Norman literally just knocked down the phone and everything. Like he was trying to hop on the thing. I can't.
But, like, I am afraid of the world in general by myself. Like, I'm afraid of being kidnapped, like out and about, like literally just going to Walgreens where we live. Like, it's just, I don't even
Yeah.
like going by myself. And sometimes I have to, and I'm like in and out of there like so quick. And sometimes I'll ask, he's this guy that works at Walgreens. Sometimes I'll ask him, like, watch me walk out to my car if it's like that late at night, like towards the end of his shift.
Yeah.
Then sometimes like I'll ask him, be like,
well,
hey, can
because
you
you're like the
huh?
around town, like the store clerks around town, like actually know everyone and they care about you. So they'll make sure. But like I feel bad for the people that like work at like gas stations for like overnights and like by themselves. Like,
You suck. Oh my God, it was the worst. And then or you had like really good people. Like there was that night I got like 3 pizzas from Papa John's because some guy was like, "Hey, here are pizzas," and I said, "Are they poisoned?" He said, "I hope not." And I still took them home. We ate them. So,
We
I
do.
might have to for a minute.
Manny, do you mind? This is my baby.
Handshake. What?
Everyone just got home, so I had to mute for a minute because these ones over here are gonna go literally crazy in a second.
It's okay.
But yeah, one thing you want to know? One thing I don't understand: genetics.
What the hell is up with genetics?
How
What?
how do they even work?
At least
Like,
that's what I've
this
noticed,
is
and
no
that's
one
like,
thing. This is
I mean, nobody in our family genuinely has like great teeth,
right
but
because I have my dad's teeth 100%. Like before I got braces,
like,
100%. And I remember someone always telling me and used to argue with me like teeth aren't genetic, like your teeth aren't crooked because of your father. I'm like, take a look at my dad's teeth and then look inside my teeth. I
right.
could promise you 100% all of our teeth literally went the same direction. They had the same overlapping or space, too much teeth. Like my teeth were really crowded.
Too much
And I
teeth.
can guarantee you that came from my dad. So whoever says teeth are not genetic is wrong because
Because, and also because like, you know, like your teeth definitely look more like your dad's. I got bit by something. I got bit by something right here,
some mark, some mark.
and I don't know what it was because it's not like a singular thing, but like, I don't know. It's been
Yeah.
itchy all day long, like literally.
You got bugs.
No, there's that one
Don't
bug.
say that.
There's that one bug that keeps flying around. I think it's a fly, but I'm like, flies don't bite you.
Yeah.
Did you ever tell Danielle about your light switch that night? I mean, your lights that night?
Hang on. No.
So
Okay,
why don't you find the video?
so mad. Everybody's getting their Fresh Love merch. Like literally everybody's getting their Fresh Love stuff in the mail. Some of my Let's Trip merch is gonna be here.
God, are they gonna drop again? Because that'd be the best Christmas present.
I know. I've been saying, I'm like, I am so ready. Like, I'm hoping that Chris like drops it at least sometime in December because I will buy us both stuff. But it's like, I'm getting my Let's Trip stuff. It's gonna be here on Friday, and I think my Young Plate sweatshirt should be here on Friday as
What are they called?
stabilizer.
A camera? What?
No, like the little adapter camera.
Huh? Like a webcam?
Yeah. Is that what they're called?
Like what I have for my computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a streaming camera.
Oh, Manny, no.
I think I already have one in the cart actually. So when I order the mic, then I'll.
Okay, but what were you saying? What happened to your lights?
Okay, so there's something on my screen that's making it look like I have stuff in my teeth. Okay, so after we recorded that day, I gotta plug my heating pad in. And the dimmer lights that she has in her room that don't dim, those
like
ones that just turn on with a flitch came on, dimmed.
They were dim. They were literally like dimmed.
And what I didn't realize is that when I plugged that in, not only did the lights come on, my phone stopped charging. So we tried the other outlet by the fan, and it did it again. And then my phone stopped charging.
What the heck?
So basically, she needs an electrician ASAP because I don't think that's supposed to happen.
No, that works.
So I never use that. I literally never use
Don't
that.
use those outlets because I know your fan's plugged in, but like you've been using that for a while, so it must be fine. But don't plug anything else in.
It's fine. There's been worse. Oh, okay. So another rational, I think it's a rational fear because I think that a lot of people have it is the ocean and or like open waters in general. Like I think that the fact that we only have discovered like 15% of the entire ocean and everything, like I think that that's just a proven fact of like how scary it can be. And also there's no proof that mermaids are not real. Like we've only discovered like 15% of the ocean. So how do we know? How do we know?
These stories? No, you're not telling me.
No, you're not telling me that mermaids
Mermaids are real, and so are aliens.
Anything, any magical creature that you could think of, or mythical creature, as they say, that you can think of, I think that any of them could be real if they're aquatic, because we literally have not even touched like any. What are you doing, Danielle?
Fucking Norman jumps on the couch.
But,
yeah, mermaids are real.
huh?
Mermaids are real, and so are aliens.
And anybody to say that they're not, show me the proof that they're not.
Yeah. Who's to say that
you're lying to yourself?
The ocean, and it's just all a ploy. We're all looking up at space. For what?
Underneath us, only what's above us.
Yeah.
You ever think about how eyelids work?
Eyelids are whack, bro. Eyes in general. Like, I mean, like, they just.
How do you close your eyes? Like, where do your eyeballs go? Like, how do these eyelids work, and where do your eyeballs go when you close them?
Exactly. Like, why do they always seem to, like, seem to roll to, like, the back of your head? Like,
also, since I was just recently at the eye doctor, and they put out this new thing where they can now see the back of your eyeball, how does technology see into your eyeball?
How can technology do that, but we can't time travel yet?
Exactly. And what I don't understand is how they lied to me. Or, I don't know, they would always say, we can see your whole eye when we use this machine. But really, you guys were only seeing 15%, and now you can see 200%? When did that change? Because I thought you could see my whole eyeball the whole time.
Right. How are you
Right.
diagnosing
So it brings
my eyes? How are you diagnosing my eyes without seeing all of it?
exactly. So I got to see apparently 200% of my eyeball this time. Actually looks super cool.
It's a little chilly in my room.
I have apparently really healthy eyeballs. Look at the
It
eyelashes.
looks so scary. Oh my God, no. Get out of here with the eyelashes. Eyelashes are so scary when you put them up close. So
But
scary.
so
Here we
so
here we find, if you will.
Mhm.
Strawberry tea.
Best drink known to man.
That's drink.
Mm-mm.
Is
No.
that root beer?
Yeah.
Works.
Just-
Blech.
Oh,
I'm not a big soda fan anyways, so
I'm a big soda fan. Ooh.
Hmm.
Were you afraid of the bubblies?
no, they just hurt my stomach.
We used
Bubblies.
to have the 30 packs of root beer, or not root beer, but Dr. Pepper and like Pepsi in like an hour.
Who?
Me and you.
Pepsi.
Yeah, remember when Scott would have
I
like,
used to get the Pepsi. When
yeah,
Scott used to get the Pepsi, yep. Yep.
My
Because we
grandmother
broke, we didn't
is
have
addicted to
huh?
Diet.
Diet
Mom,
Coke.
she's addicted to Diet Coke. We went to go when we flew out to Missouri to visit them. That's all she drank, and she would get so many. So they have Casey's down there. Never heard of that place. They have really, really good pizza, like big slices of pizza, but it's a gas station. She would get probably 3 or 4 Diet Cokes, large Diet Cokes a day at Casey's.
Casey's.
Hey,
Like,
oh my God, when we went there, I had Sonic for the first time. Have you guys ever had Sonic?
yeah.
yeah.
I had it the first time when I went to Missouri, and so good.
She said
I wish we had more food options and choices in Maine.
Yeah. Well, blah, blah, blah. Fully.
We got like pizzas, pizzas, but
We don't. We
that's
don't.
about
Like,
it.
really, the area that we live in is so boring. Like, all we have is literally like Domino's. Like, how are we only gonna have Domino's?
Yeah, but like this city, like I don't know if I can say that on here.
like what?
I was gonna say,
Like
don't say any.
down on like the border of Maine. The border of Maine, like down that way, they have more like selective food, like pubs and like restaurants than we do.
Order of Maine, like down by Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not near us. We're fine.
Well, I was gonna say something else, but like not a good idea.
We're just in Maine. That's all you need to know. We live in Maine.
Come and find me.
Come and find me. Just kidding, don't.
Wait.
Please don't. I've had way too many dreams about being kidnapped. I think I got it down to a T on how I'm going to literally fuck you up.
Don't mind the cat. Just
For
chill.
some reason, I thought that cat was in my room. Like it caught me off guard for a second. I was like,
This is Arashi.
no.
Their mantle cat. He's a fucking crackhead right now. It's his bewitching hour.
Ugh.
Okay. So also, can I just state the fact that I think that yeah, there's that motherfucking whatever it is again. What is it? What is it?
It's
Oh,
Lynn's
it's
hour.
huh?
It's your bewitching hour.
It's flying, bro. Bewitching hour. Bruh.
Yes.
Bruh. Not going crazy.
No, not
My arm through this. I can't.
Huh?
I'm trying to stick my arm through this. Oh my god, look at Richard. You can't see Richard. Never mind.
Richard.
Richard!
Hey, can we check out my Let's Trip tapestry?
I don't have anything for you to check out. My cat was on the mantle, but oh, he's coming back. You're tweaking right now. You said
He's flying in front of my face. Okay.
it's okay.
I just got to say, I think that cash money is whack because, like, if you really think about it, like cash, when we buy things with cash, it's really just a big game of go fish.
Go fish. Go fish.
What I don't understand about money is that
no, it's kind of like Uno. Actually, it's more so like Uno. Because you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying with that?
Screws us.
What?
I feel like it's more like Monopoly where it just screws us.
No. I'm saying that money itself, like not the not the perspective of money, but money itself. Like when you're like changing over the money with people, like it literally like how fast it goes, like it makes me feel like it's like Uno or like Go Fish or something like that because you're just like, ooh, okay, here's this money, give me this item. Here's this piece of paper, give me this item, even though all I'm handing you is a stupid fucking piece of paper with a number 5 on it and Abraham Lincoln. Like, who made money so like valuable? Like, honest to God, like, why don't we just do it with like?
I don't understand how they say money is made of paper and paper comes from trees, but when people make money, they get like in trouble. Like, isn't that what y'all be doing?
Yeah, but it's made with certain type of trees, I guess.
Yeah, but why can't we find those trees and make our own money?
Money trees. It's because the government owns them. That's what's in Area 51, Shayla.
Yeah, the money trees.
Allegedly, don't come after us. Allegedly.
No, I will never forget the one video I saw when Area 51 was a whole thing. It was literally an alien in a tank.
Whole thing.
Yeah, was a whole. It's been a whole thing, Shayla.
Still a whole thing.
No, yes, but when everyone wanted to talk about it, when everyone wants to talk about things and then they act like this never happened so long ago, it's not real anymore. Like it's old.
Still a whole thing.
When that was all, sorry, I'll rephrase since it bugs y'all so much. When it was first coming out and being blown up, there was a whole big thing that everyone was finding out about, okay? There was a video on TikTok of a fucking alien in a cage, and I shit you not, it was a real alien, okay? It was not animated. The sound, it's not, okay? I saved that video to my camera roll, and I sent it to a couple people, okay? 2 weeks later, video's gone, out of my camera roll, not in any of my chats. It was literally gone, just vanished.
The government works like that, Shayla. Literally, the government's watching this before we even fucking post it. The government's actually part of this Zoom, allegedly, because I'm going to say allegedly after everything, so that way they technically can't get me.
That's not how that.
Love you, government.
But no, it was really creepy because that just proved to me that should prove to everyone that they're always watching and they're always listening. Like that video actually vanished from my phone. Vanished from my phone.
These are just microphones to the government, bro.
You know, I think of it, I think I've said this multiple times, but I think that as there's these people up there hiding in a little bubble and they're looking down on all of us and they're just controlling everyone. Like they just have like switches and they'll be like, ooh, what do we want to do today? Hurricane. Ooh, what do we want to do tomorrow?
At this point. Like
what?
We really are just NPCs that just in idle mode. Just
have you ever thought of life like
Sims?
Like, what's the word? I forgot the word. I just used it the other day because when I was like, you know when you're driving and there's like no one on the road and then there's just a shit ton of people everywhere?
Yeah.
Like, I swear they just like...
The game lagged. The simulation lagged. That's why.
The simulation is the word and they just...
Sense of laundry detergent smell. She's like, lavender.
Literally. That's just how I see life. Like I was driving and there was not a single person, not a single soul, and then all of a sudden there was like 80 cars behind me. Like where did they come from? The woods?
Where
There
did
was
they
no roads that I passed behind me.
cotton actually?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear that? Yeah, echoed. Because I ain't got, this is literally the only thing I have on my fucking walls, besides like my lights. But changing the color. This green now.
I can't get that out of my head because we like kept watching that same clip over and over from the video to try and get like the editing just right. So like every
Yeah.
that day, it's like been stuck in my head. We literally, I hope everyone appreciates that video and thinks it's as funny as we did because we are literally the funniest people alive.
We have like
It
129 views.
it literally took us like 6.5 hours. We did not go to bed till like 2:30. And we started editing at what, like
You just said, Danielle.
I said it might not be much to other people, but if 229 or 129 people were here, it'd be whack.
good. I just think that's so like insane. Like we were going into that thinking like maybe like us only being the only viewers. And it really has just like I don't know who they are, but we love you because it's so exciting. It's so exciting.
It's definitely weird. Like we were actually talking about like why we didn't start it sooner, and like honestly, I think it just has a lot to do with like the mindset that we were in for so long about like, nah, nobody wants to talk to us, nobody wants to hang out, nobody wants to even see us, and it's like probably not, but if we don't try to do it, then like what were we really just complaining about, you know? Because
Literally.
the mindset behind a lot of our generation is like nobody wants to see us, but because of how
hear what we have to say.
right, but there's also that other aspect of because there's already so many people doing the exact same thing just in a different way. It's like, but why would anybody want to see what we have to put out?
Everyone's different. See, that's the thing is like I watched like 4 different people on YouTube that make the same content, but it's so different. They're
Right.
making the same type of content, but it's just everyone's vibe is different.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is we need to stop like that's what we did. We stopped setting it back and pushing it back, thinking no one's gonna watch us, you know, everyone's gonna have their opinions, like whatever, we're never gonna be able to do it. And then we put that step and that work in to do it. And we have over 100 views.
Right.
I know within 3 days, like 3 days, like that's like 129 views in 3 days is crazy because if you think about it, it's like we only knew of like maybe 4 or 5 people like close to us that were going to be watching it. So like to think that there's so many more people, and the reason why like a lot of the people aren't like quote unquote subscribed is because a lot of the people, when I looked in the little percentages of like what YouTube says, it says most of them, the people didn't have accounts. So it's like you can't subscribe if you don't have an account.
Which I get a lot of people, but
another thing is like when it comes to the people that might come back and like watch this or whatever, it's a completely different vibe than what we had put out in the like in the car and stuff like that. So that's the thing that they can expect from the differences of the podcast. Like, yeah, we're still vibing and we're still just kind of talking about things, but we also like this is going to be sort of like the more chill side to us rather than like our normal, more energetic, because we're going to be, it's not like
which we still will be doing a couple of those and putting a couple of those out every so often as much as we can because all of us work and different schedules and everything, but we really wanted to put our main focus into podcasts and just talking and just venting and hoping that people will relate and actually enjoy watching while they're eating dinner or cleaning their rooms or washing their dishes or going on a drive or a walk or whatever. Hope that people will actually, you know, enjoy us talking and rambling about literally everything. But I like the more calm vibe. Like that car video was really fun, and that's usually how we are every time we're with each other. But the podcast was really set on our main focus, just to have a getaway, like a venting room, you know,
Yeah, and
and to share it with everyone else.
right, and not necessarily like even just like a venting room, but just like being able to sort of like, this is mainly like, I hope, gonna be like the outlet for people. I mean, like, yeah, the car videos are funny, and if somebody needs some comic relief or something like that, like they could still find that. It's not like we're gonna have like, it's not like we're just gonna be serious all the time, because I don't think that we literally could even be serious, but it's just, we're gonna be handling topics that like we feel like are interesting, and we like stuff that we can make happen. Like the podcast was the ideal like channel idea, because when we started to talk about YouTube, we were like, okay, well, what do we want to do? Like, do we want to just do traveling vlogs? But then we were thinking, well, we work full-time jobs, so if we're gonna do that, we wouldn't be able to do the full-time jobs.
Right.
So the podcast is a lot easier because we're all still here together, even though we're not together. You know, like we're still gonna be doing the vlogs every once in a while, and sometimes even traveling and stuff, and vlogging those and our experiences in life, depending on how far we get with this. But even as we said, like even if there's like a set 20 people that come and watch our video every week, like that's still gonna like mean the world to us, and it's still gonna be just as exciting as these 129 viewers that viewed the last video, aka go watch it if you haven't. It's our
And
first
I think
on the
one
channel.
thing that really helped us is because we didn't expect that much. We didn't come into this expecting to blow up and be these big YouTubers and have all these other things and do all these other things that YouTubers do. We came into it with our intentions and the raw reality of social media.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
because
know, not everyone gets lucky and just posts one video and blows up, and they're just amazing content creators from the start. It takes time and it takes effort, and props to those people who are, but also it takes a lot of work
yeah,
and time and effort. And
Yeah.
we came into that, I think, very open-minded of everything, and that's also what helped us, is because we really opened our minds to realize that we got to get going and we can do this, but this is probably how it's going to start off and be, which is fine. I don't care if we have 1 viewer or 200
yeah.
or 300 or 200,000.
I
It doesn't matter
like
to me.
I completely agree. I agree, because I
I
could
mean, it does matter. I would
mean,
like to have more and
Like
grow,
maybe
but
nice,
we
but
we do want to become like popular and everything, and actually really be liked by people. But I mean, we also like, I know I wasn't huh?
so that sounds so vain, but it's true.
Yeah. But at the same time, like I wasn't coming into this like thinking our first video. I was literally set on like how most of other YouTubers are, like where like their first video gets like 20 views. Like maybe 30 to 40 views, but the fact that like we were at 20 to 30 views within like the first day literally like set a precedence in my mind. I'm like, okay, so if we could do this by one video, like what's going to happen like when we do start doing more stuff like this, where we're just kind of like vibing and we're doing like things as we go, and just kind of learning what people want to hear. Like eventually like people will be able to, we could do like questionnaires where like people can send in what they like want to know about us and everything, or like different topics they want us to like.
we have so many ideas. It's just we're starting off very how we feel comfortable starting off, and we'll eventually get up and get going, and it's a journey. So follow
Yeah.
along with us.
Heck yeah.
Learn with us, grow with us, because we appreciate it.
And we will stay the same as we are. Like it's not like we're gonna like, we could wake up tomorrow and we could have like 1,000 subscribers. Like we're not gonna be any different, and we're not gonna treat you guys different and talk to you guys different and talk different in general, just because like we gain more followers. Like we're literally, and I know a lot of YouTubers and a lot of like people who become celebrities like say that, but like we genuinely mean it. Like
I
we
can't change who I am, no
no,
matter what happens. I'm not.
100%.
I'm me.
Just we're gonna stay exactly how we are, and if we gain followers, we gain followers. If we meet new people and we like do collabs and stuff like that, like that's not gonna change who we are and how we are. Like we're still gonna be like those same girls. Like we're still just gonna be chilling and be us. We're not gonna get full of ourselves or anything like that. Like I don't think I could even do that in the first place. Like no matter how big you get, like I'd still see myself as that broke girl from me. Like
Literally.
Good, but I'd do it in a cool way.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Like I'd be full of myself, but like in a chill way, you know?
Myself though, like
Yeah.
I
I'm
could
like, yeah.
in the mirror
That,
be like, yeah, that's right, I got this shit. But like I would never treat people any different than
yeah.
like how I treat them now.
And that's like a lot of things with like social media, like people that do social media is like I've watched this one girl on YouTube since she was in middle school. And I've seen her grown and she hasn't changed at all. And I love that. But then I have another YouTuber that I've watched for years and you can tell like how much they've actually changed and how much like money has done and the fame has gotten to people. And I genuinely just don't ever think that that could change who I am.
Ooh, this gets me on a topic. Hang on, let me get my notes. This gets me on a topic actually.
On
Perfect.
a topic.
This is
I
a
love how you have
really
notes. I
this is
love
a really
notes.
good segue. More little papers because I write them down when I'm at the register. To my boss, I definitely don't stand at the register and come up with ideas for my podcast. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so I have written down um I have written down famous people, but it could be like YouTubers in general or like famous people in general. That they're just like us, but just more of the world knows that they exist. And another question is like, does fame really change people, or does their ego start out humble in the first place? Then
Mhm.
you are going to become so full of yourself that your fame is going to change you. And that's why I think that it's not necessarily the fame itself that changes you. I think it's the way that you perceive yourself in the beginning.
I can't stand people who just think that they're better than everyone because of what they have different.
Right.
I can understand that. Or like people that have a super big ego and it's just like, why? Because you're no different than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different than a normal human being.
It's like in Freaks and Geeks by Childish Gambino, where he says, take the G out your waffle, all you got left is your ego. I mean, anything that man does is just like absolutely gold, words of gold. But like he makes so much sense when he says that because not necessarily like the ego waffle reference, but just like when you
I like Eggo waffles.
I love ego waffles.
Good.
But
There we go.
when you tear down all of that fame and you kind of take that away, literally all you have left that could be tearing you apart is your ego. Because if you let your ego rule you, then the people around you aren't going to be able to get in because ego is so. You see that light change? That was weird. But ego is so powerful that it creates like a shell around people and they literally can't let anything in, they can't see anything out, and they're just kind of living with themselves. And that's it. Like, yeah, and it's good to like
Right.
in your own mind, but if your ego is so high and so powerful, there's no telling you nothing, and that's wrong. Like there's so many people that I wait on every single day at the place that I work, and I could tell those people have never been knocked down off of their stool, not once.
Never been told no a day in their lives.
Never been told no a day in their life, and I am so glad to be the person to fucking do that because people just need to be kicked off their high horse and need
Oh,
to
no.
stay down there for a second so they realize they are not king shit.
Just ugh.
I honestly, this may be like interesting, touchy subject, whatever you want to call it. But I honestly am grateful for the way that I was raised and I grew up. I'm honestly what?
We should do what's grateful because of like Thanksgiving and shit.
Oh yeah, what are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for everything. But one of the things I'd probably be thankful for is that like not necessarily that like our family or you know, I didn't grow up like super rich, but I'm glad I didn't. Like, I'm glad I wasn't just given everything I wanted. Like, I was told no, because I know some people that weren't, and it'd be showing. But I'm glad because I feel like I can be so grateful for the big things in life when they happen because I never would have seen it coming, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I am the first main baby out of our whole family. I am the first main baby. I just realized that.
Yeah.
So it's so weird. I don't know. I'm just grateful I didn't grow up like so. I don't even know how to put it into words. Just I grew up with respect, I guess. While we're on the ego topic.
You're right.
For a little while there, you could have me fooled. 2020 Shayla could have had me fooled for real.
There was a thin line.
No, because I always wanted to fit in with the girls that, you know, their families are, you know, they could give them whatever. Never mind.
No, we're listening.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But it's true because you used to shit on my friends, and
Yes, and fairly.
Talk.
yes,
Fairly.
fairly. If you would listen to where I was getting, I always wanted to hang out with those girls where their parents would give them like $250 to go to the fair, or like $70 for movies, or they could just go out and just be like, "Hey, you want to go shopping and like go get dinner?"
Like,
I literally like 12.
The same friends that like I remember seeing you with because every single one of them used to ask for $1 to get a fucking Arizona from me.
No.
Anytime I ran into y'all in any convenience store, every single one of them be like, "Oh, can you get your
literally
this? Can you get your cousin to buy me that?"
There was a couple people that I used to hang out with that were like that, where they're just, I don't know.
Moochers.
It wasn't until me and Lynn got jobs that we had money. Literally.
Like my mom would never just hand me like $50 to go get Domino's for all me and my friends. She would give me $50 to go get food and come home and eat it with her.
You thinking about the time we paid for Pizza Hut in quarters, Danielle?
Oh my god.
I pay with quarters everywhere.
The second time that he came out for Pizza Hut and he was like, we were like, here is your baggie of quarters.
And he didn't count it at all. He was literally just like, okay, this is fine.
Right. It was like $20 worth of quarters too.
Yeah. But he was the best. I miss that Pizza Hut delivery guy because he was literally the OG. He was just like this.
Where were you when you got Pizza Hut delivered? The closest Pizza Hut.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just mute it. You can.
Yeah. Yeah, I can mute that part. What the hell?
Oh my god. Ow.
That be named.
Huh?
Pizza place that shall not be named.
Shall not be named.
It's a disgrace. Oh my gosh, man. Get down.
How long have you been on video chat?
I don't know.
It doesn't
I don't know what my phone percentage is at.
Okay.
It should say.
Another thing.
I'm like so tired.
Yeah. What is your biggest fear? Like biggest.
Okay. I can't say that like it's like a legit ever fear is gonna happen, but just like I can't say it's like a phobia or anything, but like just the sense of not being able to hear. Does that make any sense?
Waking up
like
deaf.
Someday. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, it'd be nice to just like not deal with noise, but then like there's also like that anxiety where because like I've seen the movie Hush.
No,
Like whenever
no.
every time, because she's deaf, and then she's just like about to die.
I think my biggest fear would probably be losing like my mom.
Yeah.
Like that's a really big fear of mine.
No,
Like
I think honestly, like
I
I
don't think I could
I think
ever live without my mom.
sometimes because like him and him not be on the podcast, but like how he lost his dad, but I mean like obviously, well, but to think like I don't even like to think about that because like if I ever lost my mom, like I feel like I would be like, yep, just sign me up, throw me in the cremation as well.
Yeah,
Throw me
no,
in
guys-
the incinerator.
that's genuinely how I feel. I don't think that I could actually live without her.
Yeah.
But
Like
you guys sit in the middle of the night, you're just like start crying, and you're like, everybody's dead.
yeah, and then or like I'll think about it and then I'll be like, I need to stop thinking about it because I feel like I'm gonna actually like
Yeah.
You're gonna manifest it.
brew something up.
Like, I'm so sorry, Mom. I thought about it too much.
I'd be crying too. I was like, every time I try to fall asleep, I think about a million one things. I'm like, I need to stop
Like,
thinking about this.
when I talk at their funeral,
Yeah.
you're just like, that bitch.
No, it's probably losing my mom or honestly heights. I don't like heights.
I think, yeah, so I think my normal, like my random, like my normal fear, like that a lot of people have is like not necessarily even heights, because like I can be in a plane and be fine, but it's like being in a tall building, like tall buildings, because once I get in it, like once I get in a hotel and I'm like above the fourth floor, like my body's literally like, oh my God, I am way too high.
Oh my God.
Or remember?
Yet none of that came out. Every time you try to talk fast, Danielle, we can't hear you.
Oh, no, but remember when that lady was going to put us on the 14th floor when we were in Boston?
No, I've
And
seen
there was
1408. We ain't doing that shit.
But the see-through elevators? Absolutely not.
I think another one of my fear is not only heights, but I think being confined. Like I used to hang out with this girl and she lived in a really nice apartment building. But that apartment building, you had to go in and then go up to her apartment. Like it was combined. And I felt like I remember literally in the middle of the night leaving her apartment building to go breathe because like claustrophobic. Like I don't know, even hotels do it to me. Like spending the night in a hotel, like I feel like because you have to like you're in a room and then you have to go down the elevator or the stairs to just get outside. You can't just walk outside.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
I get that. If it's not like a first or a second floor,
Yeah,
I
we
just
like
I
third
can't.
floor at highest. Third floor at highest.
Yeah, it just gives me too much
Like
anxiety.
like people that live in penthouses.
I also think where my anxiety comes from is the house fire, because like after you've been in one, if you can't make an immediate exit in any situation, it just scares me. I literally go down and do the basement today, and I was like cleaning it all out, but making sure we still had that access point to the storm door just in case.
I do that pretty much everywhere. Everywhere I'm in, like even if I go into like a Walmart, I literally look around for like places I can leave or places I can hide. Like I'm so hyper aware of
Yeah.
everything around me because honestly the world is scary.
Yeah, and that's a good thing to do, but like it also does start to like you get that sense of anxiety and that fear being anywhere.
It gets draining because
Yeah.
you're always so like rattled up.
Doesn't fucking pay attention to anything. I'm just like, I'm here.
Basically talking about like I've always been a worry wart. Like that's what everyone used to call me, a worry wart.
Yeah, you well also
Worry wart.
you're also a hypochondriac as well. So that doesn't really help you out when it comes to things.
No, Danielle, because when I was at Lynn's after we filmed that video and all we came home, we munched out on like popcorn and cookies. Well, I ended up in the bathroom, right? And I ate 2 days ago, like thinking I had food poisoning. Like I was like, oh my God, I probably have food poisoning. Like I'm never gonna stop puking. Like I ate chicken 2 days ago and I probably have food poisoning.
Yeah.
Like no matter what I do, I'm gonna like
your mom and your sister all have you guys are all hypochondriac.
Not mom so much anymore. She's just so like
that way. She used to be that way so bad. Every single thing.
She's gonna be watching this too.
She's like, I think I have that. And I'm like, literally, Ashley, you just saw a commercial of it. You don't friggin' have it. She's like, no, I have that.
She just honestly now she like I think she sees because I do it, so she gets like annoyed with me doing it. So now she doesn't do
I
it.
shouldn't do that anymore.
But I'm definitely more like that.
I also listen to WebMD and they're like, you're dying. I'm like, you're probably right.
You're right. Correct.
Yeah. Also, since we're on the topic of Trevor, don't ever ask him anything because he literally made me believe that I had a brain tumor because of a headache that I had for 3 days.
You never listen to him anyway. Like he's never ever serious.
You're talking about the guy that literally talks about just change your socks, take 2 Motrin, you'll be good.
Change your socks, drink some water, take 2 Motrin.
No, because he literally had me convinced I had a brain tumor for like 3 days because of a headache that I had for 3 days.
Well, you might.
He was really proud of holding that bit up, not gonna lie.
Yeah, he was. He was like, I can't believe she's still going with it.
I forgive him though.
Yeah. Oh, also my actual like my biggest fear, ever since that one, oh my God, ever since that one video with Matt where he goes biggest, like my brain wants to say biggest, and then
Did you watch the video?
Yes, I did.
I don't know if this is like okay to be talking about, but like
Shout them out. Look, I've got my Let's Trip poster. Like we're shouting out the Sterniola triplets. We shouted out Young Plate last video. Let's go. Hello, Sterniola triplets.
their video today had me cracking up. I was sitting on the couch at my sister's and I was eating pizza and I was just watching it and I was literally dying. And she's like, "What are you going through?" And I'm like, "You just don't get it.
You
just
don't get it. I was watching it. I was literally watching it on like Danielle. So I didn't realize I still had the Zoom open, but I had turned on YouTube and I was watching it because I obviously was at work. It came out and Danielle like popped in and she was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh my God, where'd you come from?" I'm like watching it and it's just so funny. One, they haven't like I've watched all those videos where like they do the deaf, mute, and blind and everything, but like that was
I have to let Nova in.
It was such a good like reunion of it. Like I mean, like they've all changed so much in the last year. And I mean, I've only been watching them for like almost 5 months, but it's like they've still changed so much since I've started watching them. And they've literally like, if you're watching this, I want to thank you because you've legit changed like so much. Like you guys have really become an outlet for me and you. Like I found your videos at a really tough time in my life. And I want to thank you guys for watching this. Like
hopefully we can make a difference in someone's day, someone's week.
Yeah, we want to be able to do that for our like viewers and our fans and every stuff like that. Every stuff like that because
girl.
Nova.
No V.
Because it's just it definitely is a lot. I mean, they've definitely helped me through a lot and they brought me out of a funk that I was in for like a while. And I really like even asked Danielle, like I didn't think that I was gonna get out of that funk and I thought I was just gonna be in it. And then all of a sudden with like the first video, like
it's you start beginning like a comfort. You start having like I have a couple comfort YouTubers and they've become one of them. I've binge watched almost all of their videos within like a month, like one after another.
Yeah. And I think that like no matter what, like their laughs, their like the things that they talk about.
I be laughing, like I be cackling.
Like, I literally like it's been so long since like I've actually besides like cold ones, like a shout out to cold ones also. But like other than them, like I feel like the Sterniola triplets, like I think you guys have I'm saying you guys as though like they're somehow gonna watch this. Not that that's gonna happen, but
never say never.
Never know. I mean, if any of you guys watch it, like that'd be sick. That'd be sick. But just so you guys know, like
you're doing great things.
You're doing great, and I am so proud of everything that you've become. Like, and also, Chris, you need to do that fresh love drop that you were supposed to do last month.
Please, I need my Christmas present.
Because I was so ready for that drop. I was literally so ready for that drop. and about to drop some serious cash on that, just so you know. But then the website crashed, and it was the saddest Chris Instagram story update that I had ever opened up was when you said that the website was down. So it was very sad. So yes, we'd really appreciate it. And also if the Sterniolo triplets and Sterniolo clothing would add some more stuff, because we'd like to spend our money on your stuff. But I also have some stuff on the way. And it'll be here soon. It'll be here before next week's podcast. Where'd Danielle go?
I don't know.
But
She disappeared.
it'll be here before next week's podcast. So I'll be able to be repping that. Right now I'm repping Louis Tomlinson merch, but yeah. But yeah, so we're hoping to become a sort of outlet and become people's favorites, like we have our favorite YouTubers. And
I actually like the video we put out. Like, I hate replaying and watching my voice, but I genuinely enjoyed watching that video. Like, I genuinely,
I was laughing. I was like,
oh my God, my squirrel moment. Like,
yeah,
the video you sent me watching it, you were dying more than you were in the video.
yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, there's so many people like that I work with and everything. Like I've sent them the links and they've all said they're like, you guys were friggin' hilarious. Like one of my coworkers that eventually he's gonna come and be a guest on the podcast, I think, at some point whenever we get it set up. But he said he was like, I was watching it at like 2 a.m. because I couldn't fall asleep and it was just hilarious. And I was like, yay. Like it's so good. And then one of our like key holders or whatever, she said the same thing, that she was sitting there in the office, like just laughing.
Sorry, I had to get my charger.
But yeah, we were just talking about how like we want to become like somebody's favorite, like how we have our favorite YouTubers that like we watch all the time and everything. And also like we want to be able to be like good for like what we want for YouTube, but also like what they want to see from us, you know, like
Yeah.
do they want to see like more vlogs or whatever? Because if they want to see, rather than only seeing like 1 or 2 vlogs a month, like if they want to see more, then we can do everything we can to try to like make it more, or like different things that they want to see us talk about like on the podcast, or like
also like open, and we're open to talk about pretty much everything and
Yeah.
anything.
like we're very honest,
We
very
ramble about a lot.
Yeah, 100%.
What did you say, Danielle?
I said we ramble about a lot, but it's
Yeah.
still like good, you know.
Well, we'll get the hang of it like the more that these go on, like the smoothness of like
Yeah.
the transition.
Like I said, bear with us. Bear with us. This is a lot.
We're kind of like figuring out like the vibes of what we want for the podcast and how we want things to go. We don't have set topics. We don't have a set genre of topics even, but it's just the fact of like the transitioning through topics in the videos. Like there might be some videos where we're literally just talking about one topic the entire time.
Yeah.
We're just trying to get in the hang of things, and I think that yes, we think it's very important and we're like set on this, but also our brains are just kind of like, what are we doing? Like
Yeah.
what are we doing? Like this is just, it's all new to us. So
Yeah,
it's a work
100%.
in progress.
100%.
There's Richard.
There's Richard, but like it's all it's brand new to us, because at the same time, like we've all wanted to do something like this. Like I know me and Shayla, since she was like 12, have been saying that we were gonna do a YouTube channel when she got older. Like we've been saying it forever, but
I always wanted to do YouTube, and I always wanted to be like Musically and TikTok famous. Like I was dead set on it for the longest time, and there's always those people that are like, not gonna be you, like no, and like watch me now.
well, that was like me at myself, because I always wanted to do some sort of YouTube. I remember back in the day, like I used to like record like stupid videos and everything, like by myself, like
I'm pretty sure there's a YouTube channel up somewhere of me like posting random ass videos.
And I didn't post them only because like I always said, I told myself, I was like, bro, you ain't got the look for YouTube, like because everybody at the time, like all of YouTube was just like these perfect people that were just like, oh my god, like my main thing was also my teeth. Like, I mean, I know my teeth don't look that jacked, but like back then they were, because it was before I had some work done to them. And so I used to always, like, my brain would always tell me, like, oh, you don't have the look for YouTube. You don't have the talent for YouTube, because what are you really going to do besides like act stupid on camera? And I was like, act stupid on camera. That's how these other people
Right.
get famous.
Literally, like,
Yeah.
You can't do that by yourself. And then, so that's when I started working full time. And then I was just always busy, and I put work first. And yes, like, I'm still going to be working a full-time job, but this is also going to be a main priority. Like, there's a reason why, like, we wanted to do it this way, and it's because we could do it on our own time, and we can still do the things that we have to do, but also do this and have an outlet, like finding that outlet for ourselves so we can be an outlet for you, and then we can get our normal viewers to like be happy with what we're doing, as we are also happy with what we're doing.
Right.
Because I don't want it to get to the point where, like, oh, well, we're sick of it, like, because we're doing so much that they want to do. But I also don't want it to I want people to enjoy coming to our channel and to be thankful, like, oh my God, it's a Wednesday. Like, like, regardless of everything's posting their podcast. Like, oh my God, it's a Saturday. Like, they're posting their vlogs. Like, or that's other way around. Like, oh my God, it's Saturday. Today's Wednesday.
we'll get it in. We'll get it in. We'll get it. We had some technical difficulties last time, but like, it's still up.
That was
And
your error. That was just my bad.
we did a way better job editing than I thought we would, because
Yeah.
we edited out a lot. It's still a long, good video, but we edited out probably like 45 minutes of that video. And it was all like all the sped up parts in the video. If you watch the video, you'll know. If you haven't already, go watch it now. But
Description, bro.
but all those sped up parts, there was probably about like 20 different more times we could have added those, and they probably would have lasted 4 minutes even being sped up. So
Yeah.
but you really didn't miss much. We were just ramblers, but I love it. So, and we're still working on editing and making more content for TikToks and Instagram. We're still, it takes a lot of work and a lot of practice, so just bear with us. And but most of these podcasts are going to be very raw. Most of them are very, very much not going to be edited.
As much.
The first couple might, because we're still getting in the groove of things, but they're mostly just going to be raw, non-edited podcasts. So that makes you feel better. You get to see it happen.
Right. And the further that we go on, like, eventually it'll get to where, like, from start to finish, like, it'll be completely unedited. I mean, like, with this one, there's some parts that we have to take out because we mentioned some things that are a little bit too personal, and we don't want them in, not personal, but like too, like, located wise. Like, we don't
name dropping.
Yeah, name dropping.
Not in a bad way, just safety hazards.
Yeah, just we want
in a bad way. Don't let them listen to you.
We want to keep like where, like, we are kind of. I mean, yeah, we're in Maine. We've stated that we're in Maine, but like, we don't.
All they need to know.
Yeah, we don't. Like,
because if you know who we are,
you don't.
Keep your mouth shut.
No, keep it locked.
Mind your business. Mind your business.
Put it in your pocket.
If not, I'm gonna
give you one of these.
Love y'all anyways. I know a couple people like
Ricky
that I'm close to have watched these, and I actually really do appreciate it, because I was still like, for a minute there, I was like almost in like the awkward phase where I was scared to put it out there and like everyone to know that like this is what I'm doing, because like I'm still insecure about being on camera and just talking in general, like thinking I sound stupid. But there becomes a point where it's like, who gives a fuck what you think? One day, we're gonna make a change. We're gonna make a difference. Okay, we're going to make a difference.
Like, we're gonna have those fans that are gonna be like, oh my God, have you heard of this channel? Regardless of everything, like Lynn&Chay and Danielle, like, they got that shit on rap, like, for real. Like, God honest, for real. like one day, like it's so weird to think about that. Like one day, like we're gonna have a fan base like that at some point. Like we have to keep that in our minds. Like if you don't, then not
Just
full,
all the good shit.
right, manifest
Literally.
good stuff because
If
if you're
you're
not
not,
really
if
gonna
you're
get it.
manifesting negative on us,
Hmm?
I said, and if you're manifesting negative on us, you're technically manifesting negative on yourself because you're being a negative person. So don't be a negative person.
Yeah.
Be negative. Be
Because
positive.
it's gonna reverberate off the walls and it's gonna come back to you.
Karma
You know,
is
and
a
it ain't
big
even gonna leave your
bad
room coming at us with negativity.
word.
Yep. It's not even gonna leave your room. It's gonna just go right off the walls and it's gonna come right back to you because you know what? You should never wish bad on anybody.
And don't be a hater.
On you.
Okay, Grandma. Never wish bad on anyone, Shanae.
Sorry.
But yeah, and don't be a hater.
Yeah, for real. Don't be a hater.
Because I
You
will
hating
hate
and
back.
you hating and you can hate
You
on
can keep eating, but you still watching it.
literally. Like the more
That's one thing.
it
I
is
think
like
that's one thing I'm really gonna have to kind of accept and get used to. I would want to say is that there's probably always going to be someone that has something to say, and I'm not one person to ignore and be the bigger person. I will be one to
we're
always confront you.
the thing is a lot of the times it's better to just turn another way because when it comes to people like those, they're only saying that kind of stuff to you because they're upset about something that's going on in their life. Because if they're unhappy in their life, they're gonna try to make other people. They always try to like misery loves company is like one of the truest statements that there is because people are always gonna try to drag you down because they're down. Like you don't, and you it's up to you to step out of that box and be like, just kidding, I'm not gonna let you take me down with you. I'm gonna be here and I'm gonna stay positive about myself because as somebody that deals with like anxiety and depression in that sort of sense, it is hard because a lot of the times I am both of those people to myself. Like sometimes like it's like I have a hard time even like motivating myself to like be okay with doing stuff like this. But then there's that other part of me that's like, no, you can make a difference and you can be somebody that people want to see. But then there's that other part where they're like, okay, nobody wants to hear anything you have to say. Nobody wants to see you. Nobody's interested in your like point of view because you don't make any fucking sense. And then there's
I think that there's like another point of view to it as also like everyone that hates, you also have to realize that you probably don't hate on them as hard as they hate on themselves. So whatever you say
Right.
probably isn't going to affect the person you're trying to affect.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, it's hurtful, but like most likely they're gonna read that comment and laugh because they already think that about themselves or they've already thought thought through once before, you know?
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
don't think there's anything that someone could say to me that genuinely actually would hurt my feelings because I've already said it all to myself and I've been bullied half my life. So really whatever you say, like it doesn't like really you just look stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True
Like
that. Like
I
yeah.
just look at you and think you're stupid.
Yeah.
Because why are we still at our grown age
Okay.
hating on people and bullying people, especially over the internet?
So I've got two Bazooka Joe comics. They both had fortunes that portrayed to this is what my brain said. Okay, so one of the fortunes is you are anxious to achieve something very important. You will succeed. And then the other one says you will become rich and famous, but only if you believe you can. I got these both in the same day. Yes, I chew bazooka bubblegum. Judge me. It's the great
Again,
it's
Grandma.
it's great kind. It's good.
We love it.
It's the grape kind. It's good.
It is, yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I got those and immediately, like, because I had told, I'll call him RP, Okay, RP, because if you're watching this, because I know I'm gonna send you this video. He's somebody that we work with, that me and Danielle work with. And
Oh.
yeah, so I
Oh,
said that to him and he was like, that's giving podcast vibes. And I was like, yeah, that's what it's about. So shout out to RP. Thanks for always supporting me and Danielle and Shay, even though he doesn't know who she is. But he's been a really big motivator.
is he new?
No,
No.
no. But he's been
Well,
giving those are it's his initials. It's not
too
like
much.
but
Okay. I'm
he
not good with that. I probably know exactly who you're talking about, but
probably. But yeah, so he's been a really big motivator and he's been really just like positive about this whole thing. And I want to really thank him if he's watching because he's been really great and positive towards us. And he's really been kind of like that, like, do it, like, kind of person. Also,
Arashi? Still trying to get into the Christmas tree.
yeah, so there's that. That's, yeah.
it's 11.
All right. I think that we've covered a good portion of it, or a good portion of, actually, we covered almost everything of what like I had on my little notes for
It's just
this.
like basically another like get to know us in our
Yeah,
pod.
just like a
Like
get to know us in a podcast.
relaxing, just brainstorming moment. Like just
Yeah.
us. Plus it's literally 11 o'clock at night and we've all worked and we didn't start till 9. So we're all pretty tired, ready for bed. So
As long as that.
I have to go build a 9-cube storage organizer before I go to bed. So
I just want to show you guys. I keep hitting this. Little cow.
Oh my god. I love it.
Nova's like grunting. Like I swear she wants it to like sound like I'm farting or something because she's over here grunting like so loud for no reason.
Right.
Their likely story. She's like, did you guys hear that ghost? Oh my
There's
god, no, dead.
I got pieces on my floor because Mushu got into my trash.
Okay. And that was our first attempt at a podcast, I think. I think it was pretty good. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
We're logging
Really
out
good.
11:05.
To some people, that's gonna be like, oh, that's so early.
We're old ladies. We need sleep.
We need sleep.
It's just like this seems late because like
It's daylight savings.
Blame it on that.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think I did really good. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep pushing out the content and doing our best and practice and get everything out there.
yeah,
Hell
get
yeah.
better as you go. Get better every time.
Get betterer.
Get betterer every time. And I mean, sometimes it's gonna seem like videos flop or whatever. And or maybe we'll do a podcast where like it's a topic that you don't like to watch, and that's completely or don't like to hear about, and that's completely fine if you don't watch those videos. But like at least give us a chance because chances are even if a video is named a certain topic, we're probably not only going to be talking about that topic.
You can just fast forward through it.
Yeah, exactly. Just fast forward to the topic. But we love you all and appreciate every single one of you. I mean, we're hoping that this gets the same kind of love that the first video did. Again, if you have not seen the first video, the link will be in the description, along with everybody else that like we shouted out because kind of can't mention people without shouting them out. But yeah, we appreciate and love every single one of you that click onto this video and give us a chance. Lynn.
Oh, Shay.
And Danielle.
And this has been the Regardless of Everything podcast. Stay tuned and join us next time. Love you.
Bye.